Oh, hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Scott and I have been living in Andalusia for the last 9 months, and I've been in Spain for about a year and a half, before then Portugal, Ireland and the UK, and also France. I've run a company for over a decade, and before that I had other businesses. Some failed, some didn't. But what this video is about is businesses and setting up a company in Spain. So if you're thinking of starting a business up in Spain, let's look at it from my perspective, okay? And I'll try and give you my advice to help you, hopefully steer you in the right direction. So, for example, just going to jump straight in there. Don't come to Spain to run a bar, okay? I'm sure there is someone there that's going, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I would want to do it all my life. So did I. But my wife used to run a restaurant before I met her, and she put me off, and I'm glad she didn't. Oh, sorry, I'm glad she did. I've met so many people that want to run a bar or a restaurant in Spain, and they regret it wholeheartedly. 60, 70-hour weeks. What is the point in coming to somewhere like Spain to enjoy the main thing, which is the weather, and you haven't got time to, for yourself or your family, okay? Really think about it. I know it's probably something you've always wanted to do, but avoid it like the plague. Same for shops, dive centres, anything that requires you to have staff, in my opinion, is something that you don't want to do, because staff let you down, staff want to go sick, and before long, your dream is turning into a nightmare. Same with bed and breakfasts, getting difficult people that are staying and all this sort of stuff. So, first and foremost, how did I do it? Well, I've ran a telematics company, which to you and I is GPS vehicle tracking. That's sticking a device on a vehicle and renting out that solution along with the software to commercial companies. I've been doing that for over a decade. In actual fact, 2013 I started, so more than 13 years. We now have moved to Fleet Atom, which if you want to check it out, if you're interested in a passive income business, like any business, you have to start yourself first year, selling. Have a look at it. It's www.fleetatom.com. Check it out in the description. And that's how I've done it, and that's why I can live in Spain and work about an hour a day. Not being big-headed, but I had to work to get that. Any business that's a good business, a long-term business, takes time. You're going to have to work on it. I would always recommend having 2 or 3 businesses as well, okay? You can find out a business idea that suits you from the web. Use AI, use ChatGPT, use Perplexity. If you just tap in, this is my skill set, this is what I want to do, tell me what is the best business that I should aim at, because I want to move abroad to Spain or wherever it may be. It'll help you. It's that simple. It's that easy. Sometimes the simplest ideas are the best ideas. But if you want to get a business and you want to get that income, then you really need to get that ahead of you coming to Spain. You don't want to come here and go, I want to work in a bar, or I'll get a job out here. Big no-no. So when you come to Spain, let's say you've got your business idea, you're ready to go. Do you go for Autonomo or do you go for limited? There's stuff on the web, okay, but a lot of these so-called gurus haven't got a clue what they're talking about. They've never run a business in their life. I would go Autonomo, it's the easiest route, and in the first year, and I think it can be extended for 2 years, check that out, your taxes into the social system are reduced to about 80 quid a month for the first year. I know it goes up then to sort of 253, 400 quid, but just bear that in mind, 2 years and beyond. But you are getting good healthcare, you're paying into a pension for your long-term health, and don't forget your pension could be put together to your pension in the UK and Ireland as well. Again, check that out in the UK, but because obviously post-Brexit. So I would also say, if you run a business and you can go back, run it as a limited company abroad like we do, take dividends from that, because there is the Beckham regime, which allows you, if you apply for it within 6 months of moving to Spain, you can have 0% tax for 6 years. It's similar to the non-habitual residence tax in Portugal. Just make sure that you qualify for it, because there's only certain conditions. If you look up on AI, ChatGPT or Google, Beckham regime, Spain, it'll explain it for you, okay? You need an NIE number before you even come here. Definitely get a digital cert. It's like gold. It means half of the processing and problems of bureaucracy are gone, because you don't have to go into the office anymore. Their offices anymore. So bear that in mind. Spanish bank accounts. Check out the descriptions again. Genuinely, okay, we use wise.com. There's an affiliate link in the description. Click on it. It'll take you to Wise, and it doesn't make any odds to you or me, but I get a small commission on it. But you still get a free bank account, exactly the same as you would if you click on the wise.com website. Click on the affiliate link, take it, sign up. At the top it just says if you haven't got an account, and you can transfer money from abroad. You can invoice via it, which I think is brilliant. And it's an all-round good banking process. Revolut, I did try. The issue I had with Revolut is a lot of the banks in Spain do the same. After about a month, 2 months, suddenly you get this notification, I need this, this, this and this. You start sending them the documentation, whether it's your CRO registration, whether it's your proof of ID, VAT registration details, whatever you've decided to do. And they then go, well, no, that's not good enough, we need this. And in all the time you're getting these notifications that they're going to freeze your account. So if you've got a lot of money in those accounts, and again, I'd always recommend this from a business perspective, always have money in 2 or 3 different accounts, okay? Especially if you've just sold a house. Don't have it all in one account, because if it does get frozen, you're pretty much, you're not in a good place, okay? If you're running it from home, remember there's loads of things you can claim for. Energy, you can rent a room back to your business, okay? So take that into account. So it's quite important that you do that. Whether you hire a guest or not is a bit of a grey area, not grey area, but it's a bit of a sore subject for me, because I've only ever come across 2 types of guest stores, one official ones, and they seem to be quite arrogant, the ones I've come across, especially in Andalusia, where you ring them up and they're like, no, we don't need you. They seem to be so busy that they don't really care, or they don't speak English. Now, I don't agree with not speaking with people. I do agree that people should speak Spanish when they come in, but it takes time to learn. You can't expect someone to learn Spanish in months. Okay, so you've got those types, and they're quite expensive, and then you've got the unofficial guest stores, which are the people that have been here 20 years, think they know it all, and most of their stuff is outdated from 20 years ago. And they tend to be a bit wide boyish, and I've been there, done it, got the T-shirt, and I really don't like them. And the one I hired, if anything, it caused more harm than good with the tax office. So be careful about that. But again, use ChatGPT, use AI. They can answer an enormous amount of questions for you from a guest store perspective. If you type in the question, it will give you the answer. It's as simple as that. So from my perspective in running a company, look at what's best for you. To summarise, use AI, Perplexity, ChatGPT, whichever one you want. Give it the right prompts. So, for example, you are a guest store, you are a lawyer, the best in Spain. This is my situation. Give me the advice about this problem, or how do I get this done? Most of the stuff that I've done myself with using a guest store has been given to me by ChatGPT, and get a digital certificate. All right. The other part of business as well, for example, if people don't go on